88 to 91.
Radio 2.
I'm Elaine Paige here on Sunday, and I'm joined now by a young actor who's been described by Esquire magazine as one of the hot new performers to watch out for, and he's now starring in a show which the Sunday Express calls the best and most intoxicatingly original new musical in London. Well, that's not a bad review, is it? That's a pretty great review, I'd say. The show is Spring Awakening, and its star is with me now, Aneurin Barnard. Wow, that's an interesting name.
Yeah, it is. It's a mouthful in its own.
Does everybody ask you how to say it?
Every day of my life, yeah.
Have you ever thought of changing it?
I have once or twice, but my dad would never leave me.
Never let you do that. Well, anyway, Aneurin, thanks so much for coming in today. Now, you've agreed to perform a song from Spring Awakening for us here in the studio, which is absolutely fantastic. But before you do, can you tell me a bit more about the show? What is the premise of Spring Awakening?
Well, Spring Awakening is a new musical which reaches out to many different ages within, society and within life. And we all have to go from children to being young teenagers to becoming young adults. And we have to go through lots of experiences at those times. So Spring Awakening is based around kind of young people experiencing their problems and how to deal with them.
And there's a bit of a nude scene in it as well, isn't there? This
Yeah.
sort of resembles Hair Days to me,
yeah.
I think, if I dare say that. No, it sort of reminds me that when I saw the show over in Hammersmith, of a new version, if you like, of Hair for the young modern audiences. So I wouldn't necessarily say then that it's a family show, perhaps, would you?
I don't know, because I've seen lots of families coming to watch it, which is quite surprising, and more so since we've gone to the West End. Lots of parents like to bring in their children because they find it difficult to describe, or try to explain, how we grow up and how we deal with things, and the show kind of shows that.
Now, Spring Awakening is your West End debut. Tell me about the character you play.
I'm playing a young man called Melchior, who's an inspiration really to all his friends, and especially his best friend, who is called Moritz Stiefel. And he's very intellectual, he's good at everything, really, but doesn't know it, in a sense. He knows that he works hard, but he doesn't, he's not big-headed, he's just very confident in what he does. But he's questioning everything in society, and unfortunately, through doing that, he makes lots of mistakes and gets himself into lots of trouble because of the world he lives in and the period that he's in. So you kind of see through the show Melchior kind of find his sexual awakening. You kind of see him question religion. Parentocracy is one thing that he there's a quote from the show actually where he's constantly questioning what is going on, and he's just a young man trying to find out how to be in this world, how to live.
So what are you going to perform for us then today?
I'm going to sing a song called Left Behind, which comes in the second act of the show. Unfortunately, it's when Melchior finds out that his friend Moritz, he goes to the grave to see him be buried.
You fold his hands and smooth his tie. You gently lift his chin where you're really so blind and unkind to him. Can't help the itch to touch, to kiss, to hold him once again. Not to close his eyes, never open them. A shadow past, yearning, yearning for the it's called a home. All things he never did are left behind. All the things his mama wished he'd bear in mind, and all his dad ever hoped he'd know. Oh, The talks you never had, the Saturdays you never spent, all the grown-up places you never went, and all of the crying you wouldn't understand. You just let him cry, make a man out of him. A shadow past, yearning, yearning for the fool it called a home. All things he ever wished are left behind, all the things his mama did to make him mind, and how his dad had hoped he'd grow. All things he ever lived are left behind, all the fears that ever flickered through his mind, all the sadness that he'd come to own. A shadow past, yearning, yearning for the fool it called a home. And it whistles through the ghosts still left behind. It whistles through the ghosts still left behind. It whistles through the ghosts still left behind.
Lovely, very smooth indeed. Bravo to you, Aneurin Barnard, and Left Behind, as featured in Spring Awakening, written by Duncan Shake and Stephen Sater. Aneurin, thanks so much for coming in today, and continued success for you and your fellow thespians down there at the old Novello Theatre. Thanks so much for coming. Good luck.
You.
Bye.